It's hard to believe that we're bringing to a close our 100th anniversary convention. These past 3 days have been filled with activities that have honored our past, recognized our present, and has given us insight into our future. That is how it was planned, that is how it was executed, and it's how we'll best remember our time here. A trilogy of respect, reverence, and many rewards. I remember sitting in a room very much like this in Atlanta when just installed President-elect Likens laid before us our centennial year. Now here we are, 1 year later on the cusp of September, with 4 months remaining in this year. But more importantly, here we are on the cusp of the next century of this organization. This is a tremendous feeling, I have to tell you. It's very exciting for me to look out into this audience and see the young faces in this crowd, people to whom we will hand over the leadership of this organization in the next years and in the next decades. It's also very rewarding and exciting for me to see so many faces with experience, the people who laid the groundwork and have allowed us to reach this point. And it's very exciting for me on a personal level to have been chosen to lead the largest, oldest, and the most prestigious journalism organization in our country into the 2nd century. I have to admit to you that it gives me goosebumps. But I also admit to you that it's given me some restless nights. Like last Sunday, 3 a.m. in the morning, I wake up in a panic, wondering, what else do I have to do? Chris Deshawn hasn't told me yet. I have to get ready before I leave for the convention. Oh yeah, I got to work on this speech. So here we are together, the last day of the convention for the start of the new century. First, let me say to you, thank you for your support and believing in me. But for all the excitement that comes with this moment, I can't turn the page. I see this as an extreme responsibility. Make no mistake about this. I know the importance of this office to this organization and to each of you in this audience. I also know the importance of this office to the thousands of members who are not here tonight, and to the larger number of American journalists who may not be members of SPJ, but understand our place in the arena of free democracy. This may be the most important challenge that I faced in my life, aside from raising my children, which many of you know goes beyond 1 year. But I put that much importance on this. Speaking of being a parent, I would like to take a moment and ask my 2 sons, Ben and Nick, who traveled here from West Virginia tonight to see their father become the president of SPJ. I'd like for them to stand and be recognized. Now, I couldn't be a prouder father, and I have to tell you a little story. As I was working in newsrooms, and Ben and Nick were very small, when it would be my time, my day to pick them up from the babysitter, I would rush to the babysitter at 5 o'clock, and all of you know that if you ever had a story done by 5 o'clock, that would be a miracle. So I'd rush to the babysitters, and I would pick them up, head back to the newsroom, stop at McDonald's, get those Happy Meals, run them into the newsroom. And if any of you, those of you who are in print, know what dinghies are, those are the short ends that are left over after the press rolls, and they can't really use them. So I would go and I would grab a dinghy out of the back of the press room, and I would bring it up, and I'd rip off a large sheet of newsprint. Yeah, they're laughing because they know it. And I would rip it off, and I'd lay it on the floor, and I would bring out the crayons and the markers and all those different kinds of things, and I would put them down on the floor, and I would say, please, just eat your Happy Meal, color, do this kind of thing. I promise you, Dad will be done in 5 or 10 minutes. 10 minutes later, Dad, are you done yet? No, I've still got to work this quote, I've got to do this. Okay, 15 minutes later, Dad, are you done yet? And they would keep that up, and I'd say, give me 5, 5 more minutes. And they would go down there and they would color, and I remember them saying to me, Nick, I believe, was the one who said it, but Ben could have said it at any time, walks up to me and said, I don't want to be a journalist. Because all you do is sit at a computer all day and type. Now, the funny thing is that he's probably spent more time in front of an Xbox, more time in front of a computer, more time on Facebook. They spend more, the two of them have spent more time collectively, probably in the last 10 years in front of a computer than I have in 22 years in the newsroom. Well, they're probably looking at me and saying, Dad, are you done yet? Well, guys, I'm still not done. And in fact, in some ways, maybe I'm just getting started. So thank you for coming to see me. I love you. This is how serious I take this job. Leading the most powerful journalism organization during a time when many analysts are calling this the most difficult and challenging era for American journalism. And when I said I had goosebumps, now I'm starting to sweat. But let me assure you that I am ready for this challenge, and we will not just weather the storm, but we are going to chart new courses never seen before by SPJ. So let me tell you how I'm going to approach this challenge. First, despite being your leader, I am but one person. And for all the willingness and energy that I have to face these difficult times, I cannot do it without your backing. Now, many of you backed me last year when I won the president-elect race. Some of you came up to me after the election and said that this wide margin of victory should be a mandate from the membership. Well, I am willing to accept that if you are willing to accept what I'm about to say to you as a mandate for this organization. Your work, your help, your commitment, and your time is what is needed to move us forward. Now, in these times, we must muster the courage to face the challenges before us, and the strength to be bold and look for new ways, new ideas, and new solutions to our problems. I promise you that I will not be passive in my approach to leading this organization if you show me that you're willing to roll up your sleeves as well, because that's what it's going to take for us, a total team effort. Now more than ever, it is crucial for our success. You cannot sit idly by any longer. This organization needs you, every one of you. And that is pretty much how I'm going to approach this administration. I'm not going to tell you just to batten down the hatches and keep the rudder pointed straight. And if we stay this course and hang on, that our profession will make it and this organization will survive. You see, that's what too many organizations are doing in these difficult and uncertain times. And that is not my character, and it is certainly not the character of this society. We didn't grow this large and last this long by being passive when it comes to dealing with our obstacles. Difficult times call for bold action. So let's look at the challenges and look at our actions. First of all, it's membership. We have lost about 1,400 members in the last year. I refuse to take a knee on membership. I will not listen to, these are just tough times, and that's just the way they are. I'm convinced that we can make SPJ relevant enough once again to attract journalists looking for something more, looking for help, looking for stability. I want journalists to see our dues as the best investment they can make